What's up, guys? MC Stu here, and today we're going to talk about some changes that are coming to bridge officers. So we've seen this pop up a few times in game, unpacking personal ground traits, and we're getting a different looking screen. There was also briefly a time where these new tokens that are going to be released for bridge officers were at least listed in the C store. So it's not a big secret that this was coming, but today in the 10 forward stream, we got a little bit more detail on that. So we're just going to go ahead and watch a couple of the snippets and talk about that a little bit and see what we have in store with this.
But in a couple of weeks, we are going to be putting out the option to upgrade your bridge officers. You want to tell us a little bit about that and how it works, John?
I sure do. So you get all these tokens from wherever you get them, like from the store or what have you.
I believe they are called Elite Bridge Officer Training Tokens, but that might have changed, and that may change before they go live, too.
Indeed, I think that's correct, though. And you spend them on a bridge officer to upgrade the bridge officer the same way you'd upgrade your captain. And the bridge officer will get all inherent traits to the max available rank for their respective types. They learn all standard bridge officer abilities. They get a kit frame slot and a personal ground trait slot and a device slot.
So let's go ahead and recap that. So what he's saying is that if you apply one of these Elite Bridge Officer tokens to it, any of the traits that the bridge officer already has will go to max rank. So an example of that would be if you had a Romulan operative, just a base version of it, it would automatically get the superior Romulan operative. So any trait that a bridge officer has that has multiple ranks, so a lot of them will have 1, 2, and 3 variations of them. If they have any variation of that that is not the max level, they will get that. You will also get all of the standardized bridge officer abilities automatically trained. So you won't have to run to the vendor and pick up cannon, scatter volley, 1, 2, 3, hazard emitters, 1, 2, 3, any of that kind of thing that is standardized. That may not include 3 because you have to craft that. So they didn't clarify on that. But anything that's standardized that you would already have that you could just get from the vendor will automatically be trained. So that'll save you a lot of time. And, when you're setting up a new build and, I don't have hazard emitters 1 and I got to go beam down and go grab that. Next, they are also going to get a personal trait slot, similar to what you have your captain currently has, but only for ground. So you'll be able to add personal ground traits, the same ones that you have for your captain, to your bridge officers. There is a couple exceptions to it, and they talk about things that are going to potentially break the game or things that are going to buff an ability that bridge officers just don't have, like something that boosts, an innate captain's ability. So that will not be available there. You will also have a device slot. I don't know if it's another device slot because they already have device slots, so it might just be another one. And then now you will be able to equip them with a kit frame as well, which will give them additional stats on top of whatever they get from the armor and those kinds of things. So that's pretty much the gist of it. They kind of circle around and kind of reiterate basically what he's already said. There's some questions about this trait, that trait, and he goes through a list of those. I'm not going to go through all of that because it's all subject to change. It looks like we're looking at sometime in the next couple weeks or next month where this rolls out. So it's pretty early on in the time frame for this.
Yeah, so you can't do that. So tell us a little bit about how all that works. I know, what does it mean that they get all of their traits up to max rank, for example?
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and stop it right there. So like I said, I'm kind of filling in the what he goes on to describe, which is kind of the basics of what he has already described. So something else to note, he also goes on to talk about that this will not be account wide. So, and it's kind of weird because he references like with your captain or your ship. So if you use an elite captain's token, all your captains don't get that, right? That makes sense. I think that's what they meant with X upgrades for a particular ship that does transfer across accounts. So if you get like for instance a Lobby ship and you put an X upgrade on it, and then you get another that same Lobby ship on another character, that X upgrade is actually going to be available to you for free. So it's going to be different from that. So if you have, you know, the same bridge officer on multiple different characters, you will have to use one of these elite tokens on both. Now, for me, just from what I've heard, and this is early on, and a lot of this stuff can change, I'm not super impressed personally, and only because really, you know, the biggest changes that are being made are going to be that it's got the kit frame, if we're talking performance, and that you can have a personal ground trait. The majority of the content that we play in the game is space-based. I know it is for me and many of you guys. So I don't see this having a real big effect on the majority of the way that I actually play the game personally. Now, there might be some of you out there that just love ground and you do that like crazy. And I'm not saying that I don't do it. I'm just saying the majority of the time I'm in space, 90% of the time. Where it will help your space is if you have, you know, some lower level operatives, or you have some other, traits on duty officer or bridge officers that are useful to you and you like them, but they're lower rank. So those traits will become the maximum rank. So that is nice, and that will help you space and on ground on both of them. But for the rest of everything else they detailed, it's basically ground specific. So I'm glad that they're expanding and doing things, you know, here in any sense. Anytime they're expanding on the game and stuff, I think that's good. So I'm happy with this overall. I don't know that I'm going to go out and buy a whole bunch of these tokens and upgrade all my officers. But again, like every single other thing that we look at in the game with, you know, consoles, traits, whatever, once it hits game and we actually see what's happening, that obviously can change. And again, this is pretty early on that they're having this discussion with us, that these things are coming. So it seems like these are pretty much done, and hopefully they're doing a bunch of testing on the back end, because I'd hate to see this come in and cause a bunch of bugs. And I think we've already seen a lot of bugs from some of the changes that are happening on the back end that are for this this upgrade or this addition to the game. So there it is, guys. That's what we have coming. Again, we're probably going to see that here in the next, what they said, month or so. So they said we're a little ways out still. So that should be coming here definitely before year's end. I'm guessing we'll probably see that sometime towards the end, maybe of next month or something like that. It's just my guess. Let me know what you guys think about that down in the comments. If I missed something there, I know there's different posts and different things that they're not leaks, but mistakes where things were put out. And if we go through that along with the 10 forward stream here, we might be able to shed even more light on it. But that's officially what they've told us so far. And let me know if you're looking forward to that. All right, guys, till next time, have a good one. Appreciate you watching. Hey, guys, appreciate you watching. Be sure to hit the thumbs up button, ring the bell, and sub to the channel for the latest news updates and how-to guides.